evening? What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Having money on my mind and having money in my pocket. Bone marrow roasted, spread it on the rosemary bread, lightly toasted, drizzle with the vinaigrette.
What's up YouTube, it's your boy MX Dow. This is how it's going down. In this episode I'll be talking to you about all the latest crypto news, as well as doing some vechain analysis, and then I'll be talking about some upcoming crypto events as well. So first of all, we're going to have a look at the markets. We can see here that Bitcoin has, it's holding steady above 10k, and yeah, it's nice to see that actually. Ethereum as well is sort of gone up in the last couple of days or so. This had bottomed out at around 320, so if you guys scooped any up at that level, then congrats to you. Very good price to buy Ethereum at. I wish I could have bought it at that price, but unfortunately I was not able to. Looking at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Ampleforth, and this is still undervalued. This rebase price is always meant to be valued at $1, so essentially if it's above $1, it's not a good time to buy Ample, and if it's below $1, it's a good time to buy Ample. I bought some when this was around 70 cent, I think 75 cent or something like that, and yeah, ultimately I did expect this pump, and it's a repetitive cycle. It's an easy trade, easy flip to make, so have this on your radar, guys, anytime this coin goes below $1. Ultimately now you wouldn't really see the largest gain, so not really worth entering, but up to you. Not financial advice or anything. It still could go up above $1. Anyway, looking at the biggest losers, we have Sushi shitcoin. Excuse me, sorry. I apologize for my terrible language. We have Kusama -10, and then we have Polkadot. Not really a loser, really just -3. Small pullback. Nothing really to worry about. And then looking at today's stats, Bitcoin dominance down at 55%. Nice to see. Gas fees, boy. This is ETH just takes a piss, yeah. Like, imagine, I'm talking like I'm road. Sorry guys, I'm not road, not road anymore. I am prim and proper. But this, a couple of days ago, this was around 85 gwei, 89 gwei. Ultimately, guys, like DeFi on ETH is just not. It's not for the little guy, unless you're stacking it and you got several thousands. It's not for the little guy. Ultimately, if you do want to get into DeFi, I would suggest going over to Tron. That's what I've been doing, and I have been mining Sun token. So essentially, guys, this token is meant to be like the DeFi. This token is meant to be the Bitcoin of Tron. So ultimately, this is free to mine. Like, the fees on Tron are minimal, like absolutely minimal. So it's very practical for the smaller investor. And ultimately, my coins will be locked up for until the end of the month, but the mining stops at the 16th of September, which is next week or so. So I'm hoping I can get anywhere from 0.5 Sun to hopefully 1 Sun, but who knows. And then as soon as this coin is released, I'm gonna sell this motherfucker like, can't believe it, man. Gonna sell it like I'm allergic to it. Anyway, Jack Dorsey thinks that Bitcoin is the strongest contender for an internet native currency. So I'm just going to play you this clip here.
I think the internet wants a currency and wants a native currency. And I think Bitcoin is probably the best manifestation of that thus far. And I can't see that changing, given all the people who want the same thing and want to build it for that potential. And our job as a tool maker is to make that easy for people to access, make it easy for people to understand, and most importantly, utilize. And in that, we learn how to make it accessible to more people, and where it's useful, where it's not useful. The internet is something that is consensus driven and is built by everyone, and anyone can really change the course of it. And Bitcoin has the same patterns. It was built on the internet, and anyone with a great idea can be additive to it, and they don't have to be at a company in order to do that. And I think that's what the internet wants. I think that's what it embraces. I think two big things. One is just transaction times and efficiency. So making it cost effective and making it time effective. And then second, that it be intuitive to people, that they understand why they might use it, they understand what it is, and they can access it in a way that feels similar to just handing over paper cash, and that is, fundamentally the easiest that every single one has experienced. And as you add technologies like cards or contactless, you see the power in it being even faster and more convenient. So we have to build Bitcoin in such a way that it is as intuitive, it's as fast, and it's as efficient as what exists today, and obviously goes beyond that too.
So basically, Dorsey's comment is an ideal ethos to Dorsey's commitment to an ideal ethos of the internet and cryptocurrency does not imply that he's blind to the gulf of ideal between. Oh my god. So Dorsey's commitment to an ideal ethos of the internet and cryptocurrency does not imply he is blind to the gulf between ideal and reality. Last winter, Twitter funded a dedicated team of open source architects, engineers, and designers tasked with developing a decentralized standard for social media. Dorsey said that the goal was for Twitter to ultimately be the client of the fruits of the efforts, And ultimately, guys, I mean, it's good that he's pushing, the space of decentralization and cryptocurrency, but ultimately, as the owner of Twitter, the creator, whatever founder, why would you want to make your platform irrelevant? Maybe he probably has made enough money, but I don't know, that's a bit. I guess maybe the two of them could coexist, the two platforms, but it's if that becomes more popular, then he's sort of screwed, isn't he? But I guess the business would be sorted out in terms of who owns what sort of thing. So ultimately, guys, vechain today, they have their conference with Bosch and the EU Commission. So I know this isn't much use because it would have been nice to give you a pre-warning, but ultimately you can always go back and look at it. So at least I've put it on your radar. It's not the most timely news, but anyway, let's get into it. So basically, they're having the second Cyprus Blockchain Summit, which will take place digitally and discuss the potential of technology for the crypto space and its impact on how it can impact companies and also how it can help them do business. So just looking at the articles here quickly. So vechain's blockchain and the change in its business model. So in and amongst the participants include companies that vechain have represented, including Demetrius Nucleus, I don't think I pronounced that correctly, the European Commission for Digital Innovation and Blockchain, the Robert Bosch Group, and then also the UK Blockchain Government Association, amongst others. So I'm not going to get into that, but essentially the event takes place digitally because of COVID, whatnot. Be between 12 and 2 p.m. Cyprus time, so I'm sure it'll be available online somewhere. You guys can search it up. But yeah, they'll be talking about various different activities. So the participants will be able to learn about the barriers and potential of blockchain technology and how it can be applied to their business. In addition, they'll be able to learn from real world use cases of blockchain and technology in its different sectors and learn about blockchain ecosystem in Cyprus. So in the second session they'll have a talk. Basically, vechain and Bosch will have a talk and they'll talk about the practical implications of blockchain technology. In addition, the German giant will also discuss the blockchain strategy on how Bosch is addressing the challenges of its type of technology and the potential of decentralized finance through its practical application of blockchain technology will also be discussed. So vechain will close the session, presenting their vechain Thor toolchain. And ultimately, guys, DeFi is still an infant. The more higher or the more well-known DeFi protocols are, where I see the space headed. So, ultimately being paid to take out loans. Also, getting a good or negligible rate on your loan as well. That aspect. In terms of saving, if you put your money into a protocol, you can collect liquidity fees as well. Crypto.com has sort of adopted that model, and potentially, who knows, if we're able to work side by side with banks, and then we can potentially develop this space even further, but that will be several years down the line, I believe. So yeah, don't get your hopes up too much. So looking at the vechain chart, we can see here that we are holding this Fibonacci retracement, guys. Sorry, I don't have the exact number, but this would, I believe, be the golden pocket, either that or the 0.5. Sorry guys, I've deleted the Fibonacci retracement tool, so ultimately it's not there. But you can see here, according to the VP VR, we've had most of our trading volume in the last couple of days or so at the 0.017 cent mark, and ultimately now, according to the last couple of days of trading, we are undervalued. But having said that, previously this Fibonacci retracement level here, which was the 0.01 cent mark, we have gone above that, and ultimately we've gone one tier in Fibonacci terms above that, and we flipped our support, so that's a good sign to see. Looking at the TSI, we are somewhat in a bearish trend, but it could ultimately be ending, as I see these two lines converging, and we are heading back to the line, as well as the fact that we are close to this neutral line here, so we're not overly extended in terms of our bearish fashion. You can see previously when we shot up exponentially in the last couple of months or so, we were very, very bullish in comparison to the neutral level here, and ultimately we're not super bearish, guys. We've had a pullback, as has the whole market, but ultimately it's not like it's gonna crash, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but like I said, we are close to the neutral level. So I'm looking at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, guys, just to give you the wider perspective of where things are. Once again, I'm not worried, to be honest. I see Bitcoin as a 1 year / 2 to 3 year investment. Ultimately, I'm just going to use it as a savings account, do some spot trading, some swing trading, no leverage, do some DeFi as well, and ultimately just aim to stack up as many Satoshis as I can in the upcoming bull run, which you can see seems to be caused by each and every halving. So if I'm saying this, then this is merely speculation, but it seems to be an exact science. Twitter is going crazy over this, so guys, if you don't have some Bitcoin, buy some Bitcoin, just a little bit, even if it's like 1% or like 2% of your portfolio, just a tiny bit, see how it does for you. But yeah, ultimately, guys, we could potentially retrace to anything from the $8,000 level in the next coming weeks, but ultimately I don't believe that'll happen. I believe we're going to trade sideways, at least until end of the year sort of thing, and then in 2021, that's when we'll slowly start going up and up and up and up and up. But that's just my opinion. There's no fact behind that at all. Okay guys, so just looking here, small value cryptocurrency transfers in Africa have increased by 55%. We all know the level of money printing taking place at the moment, as I showed you guys in the previous video, and Nigeria is not exempt from this, guys. Our currency, Naira, or I say like I was born there, but the Nigerian Naira, the currency is worthless, in my opinion. There's a lot of corruption there, but basically Africans are increasingly turning to cryptocurrencies as a means of exchange over local fiat currencies, according to a new report from blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis. So data from the firm shows that many local individuals and businesses are using cryptocurrencies to avoid high fees, regulatory complications, and currency instability. Sorry, guys. So yeah, in other news, supposedly, the pandemic will speed up Bitcoin adoption, says DBS Bank economist. So who's this guy? Tamir Beg. So if you guys don't know about him, maybe Google him. But yeah, that's all I'm going to read, to be honest. You guys can look into it. But yeah, ultimately, guys, I would say everyone is very, very bullish on crypto at the moment. If you look at crypto Twitter, go on Twitter, go on your preferred topics, and then have a look at all, you know, the different investing topics, click on Bitcoin, click on Ethereum, Chainlink, and have a look at the sheer volume of people that are tweeting about Bitcoin and all other different cryptocurrencies, guys. An unfounded amount of people. Like, the community is so strong. It's stronger than bloody Nicki Minaj's Barb's fan base, or whatever they're called. It's stronger than Beyonce's bees, if that's their name. You know, it's stronger than an African mother's slap when she's disciplining her son. Okay, that's how strong the belief is in cryptocurrency. Okay, so if you don't have some, go get some. As you guys know, I am in paid partnership with the Moon Finance. So to just let you know, this is a pre-sale token. It's called the Moon Finance. You know, the ticker is ROC. You can find the details down below in the description. Essentially, guys, if you are, you know, looking to speculate on another DeFi token, then this would be a good token to buy. Not only can you have, you know, good DeFi yielding rates, which are yet to be confirmed, but ultimately it gives you governance rights, and you can, you know, YFI, ultimately that coin, you know, the governance rights, it pumps so many different coins that is ridiculous. So if this coin picks up like YFI did, then, you know, you're in for a good time. But ultimately, you know, the government protocols are distributed for liquidity, and the goal is to use ROC for the exchange and voting process. The protocol's primary functions are to serve optimal services for all users and investors of ROC tokens, with solid functions to increase the efficiency and future venues from the protocol. The benefit is high to reduce the existing conflict between the valuation of investors and the purpose of the token. The investors typically start scrutinizing a project in DeFi if the token governance becomes too tricky, so the deliverable will be keeping the voting simple and clean. The changes in the future governance is focused on the exchange of protocols, and for deposited conditions, the users are required to deposit the mix of any top 100 coin from CoinMarketCap and ROC tokens. The balancer and curve tokens are introduced in the exchange of governance rights. So yeah, that's that. Let's get into the rest of the video. Anyway, guys, in more news, Bloomberg is saying that the correlation between Bitcoin and gold reaches its highest in 10 years. Oh my god. Surprise, surprise. Not like we haven't been saying this, not like people in the space haven't been saying this. Ultimately though, guys, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is still correlated to the S&P, as others, you know, have been saying. But yeah, that is that, guys. So yeah, for the rest of the events that are happening this month in the cryptocurrency space, we have Swipe. So guys, if you don't know about CoinMarketCap, I suggest you add it to your bookmarks. That's if you're serious about investing and, you know, quickly flipping coins. But ultimately, guys, this coin has done me very well. Just in summer alone, I got a 1.75x. Stupidly, I did not cash out at the peak, and, you know, I'm learning from my mistakes, guys. I'm learning with you guys. But ultimately, we have some events here. 30th of September, when I will get my Tron funds back. But yeah, they have some, you know, 2 events there. I don't know if it's gonna cause a massive spike, as ultimately, yeah, it's like maybe the testnet will, you know, cause some bullishness, as this coin is still quite a low market cap. But, you know, virtual cards, I don't really see that causing much hype. Maybe Google and Apple Pay might, but I don't know. Like, I'm just bringing it to your attention. But ultimately, guys, we did have the peak here. I got in maybe around here or so. I don't currently own any XXP, as I've diversified and I'm making different plays, but I will be looking to buy some hopefully before the end of the month, which is a couple of days after my birthday. Yeah, so we can see here there were a number of different events, guys, announced by SXP. So for example, you know, the testnet, planned staking, the airdrop, the Reddit AMA. I don't know what an AMA is. Urban Dictionary. I will have to be coming to you for your knowledge. And the SwipeFi white paper. I guess they're planning to do some DeFi. I will have to look at their their white paper for this, but ultimately I can imagine it being something to do with, you know, staking, earning back, or well, it says here, what am I trying to read it to you guys? So Swipe will release Swipe-Fi white paper and governance details by August. But yeah, maybe to do with, you know, staking, earning interest on exchange fees, or I don't know. That's just me guessing or so. But yeah, you can see all of these different events leading up to this massive spike. Although, guys, in retrospect, we did see a spike in summer in terms of, you know, Bitcoins and cryptocurrency activity. But could it just be because of lockdown? Could it still be that, you know, we're meant to be trudging along, and, you know, we're not going to see bullish action for the next couple of weeks or so, or months? Could it just be the fact that, you know, everyone is locked down, everyone is speculating on, you know, how to make money and whatnot, and people discovered Bitcoin? Could that be the case? Who knows, guys? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Next piece of news. So Trust Swap, this coin was put onto me by Ivan on Tech, and ultimately I FOMO'd in like a fool, but I wasn't that foolish because I only put in my